In this lesson, we will subtract fractions with common denominators. We're going to start with our first example, which is 5/6 minus 4/6. So if you've been following me on algebraclass.com, you know that when we add or subtract fractions, the first thing that we need to do is we need to make sure that our denominators are the same. So in this case, both fractions have the denominator of 6. That means that they have a common denominator, and I can go ahead and I can subtract the fractions. So my denominator is going to remain 6. And now all I need to do is subtract the numerators. So 5 minus 4 is 1. And that means that 5/6 minus 4/6 is equal to 1/6. Since 1/6 cannot be simplified, that is my final answer. Now I also want to point out that sometimes your fractions may be written in a different form. They may be written vertically, which means one on top of the other, like this case with 3/8 minus 1/8. In this case, we subtract exactly the same way. We check our denominators to make sure that they're the same, which they are. So our denominator is 8. And then I'm going to subtract the numerators. 3 minus 1 is 2. Now in this case, my answer is 2/8, and 2/8 can be simplified. 2 and 8 can both be divided by 2. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, and 8 divided by 2 is 4. So 2/8 is equal to 1/4, and that means that my final answer in simplified form is 1/4. Now we're going to do one more example together, and that is subtracting fractions that are improper fractions, because we can subtract improper fractions exactly the same way that we subtract proper fractions. So here we have 7/4 minus 5/4. 7/4 and 5/4 are improper because the numerator is larger than the denominator. But we follow the same process. Since my denominators are the same, they're both 4, I'm going to leave 4 as my denominator in my answer, and now I'm simply going to subtract the numerators. 7 minus 5 is 2. So my answer of 2/4 can be simplified to 1/2. So the final answer to 7/4 minus 5/4 is 1/2. So remember that when you're subtracting fractions, make sure that the denominators are the same, and if so, then you can simply subtract the numerators.